Story time with Jazz. So when I was about 10 years old, my sister and I were at a cafe with our dad. Our dad ordered his coffee, went to the bathroom, and meanwhile my sister and I were sitting at the table at the cafe eating our lollies that we just got from a machine. While my dad was gone, we had a lady sitting next to us and we were admiring her bag. She had a pink bag and we were like 10 and 7, literally looking at that bag like, oh my god, it's so pretty, like, wow. Now seemingly this lady thought that we were talking some kind of mad smack about her. This woman had the audacity to stand up, grab her bag, her nice pink bag, mind you. She comes behind us, leans in and says, you shouldn't be whispering about other people. You're so fat, you shouldn't be eating lollies. To say I was shook is an understatement. And that's on child abuse.
I went to a Christian school, so I don't know if they made y'all do this, but whenever one of us had to pee and we would go on bathroom breaks, there would be one kid washing their hands and one kid taking a piss. And so I was washing my hands as a good Jesus child does, and I look to my right and I see this kid whip out his penis. I didn't know what a penis was. And I go up to him, I tap his shoulder, and I say, why are you stuffing tiny sausages in your pants? And he says he doesn't know because it's attached to him, I guess. And then I got scared and I told my teacher that he was hiding baby sausages in his pants.
Hey everyone, I can't sleep, so I'm gonna share with you a little story. Shaquille O'Neal DM'd me, it was amazing. He said, hey cutie, I wrote back, what up Big Papa? Honestly, power move, cause that was the first thing I thought of. He wrote back, how you? I wrote back, I'm good, how you? Then I sent him this photo of me and my friend because, well, I look like Shaq and she looks like his cute little ex-girlfriend. Me and Shaq have the same titties. He wrote back. I saw that, which honestly surprised me. And then I made him a customized video, which he watched and apparently hated. Watch it in my next TikTok.
When I was 18, I snuck out of my parents' house to meet a girl at her college. It was 3:30 in the morning and my truck was too loud to start in the driveway. So I pushed that truck down the driveway and slipped and fell. I dislocated my shoulder and it hurt so fucking bad that I forgot my truck was rolling down that driveway and it smashed into my neighbor's car. My neighbor came outside and asked what the fuck just happened, and I told him somebody was trying to steal my truck, and he believed me, and I never got caught, and this is the best story of my life.
Last year I went shopping with a friend and spent a lot of money, so I decided to steal some Lovisa earrings so I wouldn't have to pay $20, and I got away with it. And then when I got home I got a message from the Victorian police saying that my face had been scanned by a Lovisa manager and that I needed to go into the closest police station and report myself. So I started panicking, called the store crying, apologizing for stealing the earrings, but no one picked up. So I told my mom, who got really mad at me, started driving me to the store, and then I found out it was my friend who had texted me, and I told mom it was a prank.
Speak. When I used to work at Starbucks, this woman came up to the counter and asked for a decaf coffee. I made her the decaf coffee. She looked at the coffee and said that this isn't decaf. I said, ma'am, that is decaf coffee. She said she's highly allergic to caffeine. If she drinks it, she might die. I said, ma'am, I'll just remake it. She then took off the lid and threw the coffee at me. I looked at her dead in the eyes and said, ma'am, if you don't leave the store now, I'll call the police. She then proceeded to try and leave the counter. Another customer pulled her off. I then went home to change and then called my manager and said that I am quitting.
In high school, I was a freshman, and I got asked to the prom by a junior, and he was really sexy, so I said yes. And we went to this dinner at the senior's house. It was all these seniors and juniors, and then me, freshman, and I was in this really pretty light blue cocktail dress, and there were white tablecloths on the tables and the chairs, and I was really nervous, and then I was on my period, and so then I was sitting in the chair, and I had to go to the bathroom, and so I was like, I'm gonna go to my bathroom, and so I got up, and I took a little peek, as one does, and it was all red, all over the white seat covers, so I sat back down really fast. And then I was like, what do I do?
My freshman year of high school, I was talking to a junior boy from a different school, and I had never kissed anyone before with tongue. And we were hanging out at the park, and we had a picnic. He had a Cliff Bar, and I had grapes. It was awesome. I knew he was about to kiss me, and then he finally did, and it was great, and then he stuck his tongue in my mouth, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. I am breathless. Little did I know that I was breathless because I was going into anaphylactic shock. I'm allergic to tree nuts that are in Cliff Bars. So then I got to the hospital and had to explain to the ER doctor that I am in anaphylaxis because I was making out with a boy, and everyone laughed at me.
When I was 6 years old, my sister and her friends were making friendship bracelets downstairs. So I went downstairs to bother them and took one of the beads and shoved it up my right nostril. From there I panicked and breathed in as deeply as I could. The bead then shot up somewhere near my eyeball. Noticing the massive bump on my nose, my parents took me to the hospital. From there, the nurse plugged my left nostril and blew into my mouth. The bead then shot across the room and hit my mother in the face. This is the story of how when I was 6 years old, I got my first kiss.
When I was in RA, there was this one night where I got a call from a girl and she said, I can't sleep because my neighbors are having a party. So I went up and knocked on her neighbor's door and I said, hey, are you all having a party? And from behind them I heard someone yell, it's the RA, hide the alcohol. And I said, oh no, now I have to come into the room. And when I did, I saw a full beer pong table set up, and I said, were you all playing beer pong? And they looked me in the eye and said, no. And I said, are you sure about that? Because I'm staring at a beer pong table. And then I looked down and noticed that I was standing in a puddle of a mysterious sticky liquid, and I said, please tell me this is alcohol. And they said, we're not sure how to respond to that. And then I noticed the kid in the bed started throwing up, and I said, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a long night.
I used to smoke a lot of weed and drink a lot of alcohol, and it was always forbidden because my dad is an Arab, but I would do it anyway. So he used to threaten me and be like, Victoria, if you don't stop, I'm gonna send you to boarding school. And I was like, yeah, okay, Dad, whatever. So one night I got really drunk and I woke up the next morning and my dad walked in my room, but I lived with my mom. So I was like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing here? and my mom was crying, and they came and kissed me and ran away, and 2 cops walked in and said, we gotta go, and I was like, where the fuck are we going? And then they took me to a therapeutic boarding school, and I was there for 10 months, and it was the worst experience in my life.